Good morning, everyone. It's a wonderful Monday. Trying to get this week started off right. Okay. So we got some news coming out, medium impact, at 8:30. Let me get my iPad. Okay. Okay. Just trying to get everything situated. Okay. Got everything ready and situated. I don't know if my team will be joining us today. I think they're all asleep. Nobody responded. Okay, so let's start with the DXY. So my mentor, he was mentioning that he's bullish on the DXY to first the consequential of this wick, and then to this buy side liquidity all the way up into here. So annoying because we've reached like almost all of the TPs that I was hoping to get during this morning session. Because once it hit consequential encroachment, it has every right to like retrace if it wants before it goes to these levels. And so last night on Sunday, I was looking at the charts and I had these levels noted. So if you guys remember from last week, Friday, um, it had came down, made a new low, and started to break up, then rejected off of the consequential encroachment here, and then kind of just went on through through the weekend. And so, like, I wanted to see a retracement up. You guys know how I am. I wanted to see it retrace up back into this, fill it completely, back into this blue, then back into this 1 hour fair value gap. And it did it all over London without us. So now it's like, now what? Because we reached our objectives already and we have 8:30 news coming out. So I wanted to see it go up to these points. It could possibly continue to fill this, but if we were to fib from here to here, this is already around like equilibrium, so we're already like in a premium. Okay, so if I do that with you from this high to this low, so we're already above equilibrium in a premium and you want to sell in a premium now. And Michael's overall bias has been bearish for indices. So we're possibly going to reach for lower lows. So the next one is there's a bullish order block here, and then on the 1 hour, that's what that blue line came from, the daily order block. And then this fair value gap that it entered in last week, it's still an inefficiency that it can target. So we're just going to stay tuned. I already have like some ideas on what I wanted to see price do. As soon as I looked at the charts, it was like already displacing lower. So when we reached into this 1 hour fair value gap, like I said, it can either fill this completely or turn around to continue its trend. And so when I got on the charts, I saw that, and then I saw this displacement lower. So nobody should be trading. We're not even doing that. This isn't a signal service, blase, blase. So I saw this displacement lower here from a higher time frame bearish in fair value gap imbalance. So I figured like, okay, displacement lower, comes back into here to continue lower. Here goes 5 pips, risking about 2.4. So it could do that after this displacement lower. However, it's still, like I said, we have news at 8:30. We already reached our objectives. My mentor, he said he's like out with the flu this morning, so who knows? He probably won't be giving us any insight. I really wanted to target all of this up because I like to target those inefficiencies, especially this gap right here. Remember I told you guys on Friday, like we can see price fill that in and eat all this in. Like go watch the videos. I'm so excited to see this. But it happened without me. It happened without me, man. So now targets have been, met. It came all the way up to here. It still has some of this if it wanted to continue to fill that in. So we shall see. Let's just watch tape and see if it's time to continue the trend going down or if there's still some upside agenda that needs to be met. Nobody should be trading. We have some medium impact news coming out at 8:30. So, what's the name of that news? It is called Core Durable Goods Orders. Durable Good Orders. And then we have another one at 10 a.m. called Pending Home Sales. Excuse me. And then we have at 10:30 FOMC member Jefferson speaks. So hopefully we'll get some movement. And I'm going to keep my eye on the DXY because if that continues to go up, then we go down. If it goes down, then we are going up. And even the DXY is looking like it has a lot of room to retrace as well. Look at all this on the 1 hour. It is in its 1 hour fair value gap too, so if it wanted to continue to go up, it can. It did break this low though, which is displacement to the downside for the bears. So I hate when we reach targets already because now I'm like, okay, where are we headed towards now? Like we could go either way. That's what happens when you get to equilibrium. This is looking like though it has all this that it could retrace if it wanted to. So that means bulls for other pairs like our indices. So we just have to wait and see, read the tape and make sure like that we're not going to be too early, which you guys know I am notorious for. So this is like really the last line of defense for the cells. Because if it breaks these highs, which now that I'm looking looks like relatively equal highs. It's so choppy too. It's a Monday, so we just gotta be patient. retape. So this is 5 pips from here. Trying to see this right here, this imbalance, fair value gap. Nobody should be taking this trade. It's still super early. And we don't really know for sure if it's time to go down, because it could still be retracing. My people look like they waking up. Alrighty, so we have just entered into that. Well, nobody should have entered. I'm saying price just entered into this fair value gap. So, yeah, we just took these lows here and here. So we broke structure, shifted structure, but it could easily be a liquidity sweep into this fair value gap here. So we're just looking. Michael had said over the weekend, like, if your bias is bearish, like, we can obviously buy on, like, even though the overall sentiment is bearish, because, like, not every day is going to be a selling day. Not every day is going to be a selling day, but you kind of want to go into the market looking for nice sell setups. So I really wish he was here, give us some insight, but he's sick, so I hope he feels better. But just by looking, we still have all of this imbalance. So you know how we target 2 things: liquidity pools and inefficiencies. Liquidity pools are old highs and lows, which will be up here, and then inefficiencies, which would be all of this. So we could continue to fill it up, or at least consequential encroachment. The DXY looks like not doing much yet. Then we have news coming out. My teammate just said they're going to sleep. I thought they were coming to join, but I think he's sleepy. Multivitamin, kefir. So price, has it moved? Did it just stop? Oh, okay. It just gapped up. Yeah. You could even lower your risk to like here, because this, well, it broke structure. I don't know. Yeah. Keep it here. So choppy. So it could, let's see. So choppy in this area. It's like a range bound. So it broke it to the downside, which could indicate a market structure shift bearish. But then on the other side, it could also mean just a turtle soup, like liquidity sweep to go higher, to fill in this inefficiency from the higher time frame. Let me measure. Have we reached consequential encroachment? Yeah. No, kind of. Barely. And then what happened? We broke out of it, rejected, came back in it, broke down, didn't reach it, broke down again. So, targeting inefficiencies, and we have already reached our target. I personally don't like these type of movements. I like to target these areas. I don't like to enter from them personally for this very reason. Like, you don't know how far in this inefficiency it's going to go. That's why we target it. You know what I mean? It can go to institutional order flow entry drill, where it's just barely enters. It could go to consequential encroachment. It can fill it completely and reach for higher objectives, you know? That's why I like to target those areas. Entering in off of them, it's not my best suit. So we shall see. Just gotta keep watching tape, reading the tape, and making sure if it is time for it to continue lower, it should respect the bearish PD arrays. If 3 or more bullish PD arrays gets respected, then it's probably not time for the shift lower. So we shall see. Looking at the DXY, trying to figure out if it is going to go down or going to go up, so we can have like a frame of reference. Let's look at NAS. Oh, NAS is giving a little more oomph. Ooh, not on the 15-minute though. It's so choppy. Look at all that. Oof, nasty. It's Monday, guys. We can't expect too much. Chop, chop, chop. So it seems like everyone has reached its target without us. Without us. And now we just have to wait to see which way it wants to go. Because look at this. We still have this inefficiency up here that it could target for. I'm going to put a little block. So it just came up into here. Could be reaching towards that next. We don't want to see, if we're going to be bears, we don't want to see like highs being taken. We want to see lows being taken. And we haven't, besides this low here, it hasn't shown that it wants to take another low. And it's looking like it's going to take, and it just took that high. So you don't want to see that if you are bearish, because it's reaching it. That means it's reaching higher towards higher price, which could be this blue area here. So I'm just going to remove this. It broke up, came down, took out that high. Yeah. This probably was just a turtle soup buy. Take it into that area. Didn't give much of a play. I mean, you could have entered off of the turtle soup. Just on GP, like if you would have just known. But it didn't really give me my entry unless you called for this volume imbalance. Take it higher. But I really like to see a market structure shift like this one here when it broke it here. Now we can like try to target. Oops. If it's going to give us any entry. Try to target that. It's only 3 pips too. So. just took this, so still in a choppy sentiment, still in this range bound. It did sweep lower here, taking up the sell side liquidity, but now it just took buy side liquidity on the lower time frame. So probably best just to wait for news, see which trending direction it wants to send us. Can't get caught up in the chop, the back and forth, because that could be bad. Going back and forth, and it's just chopping people up along the way. But could be failing to reach this one. Oops. So price just entered into this, feeling it completely. So that was a turtle soup long. Definitely pierced it though, but look at the bodies. The bodies respected it. Yeah. I wonder, because your stop loss would have went here. What's the 2.5 or about? Oh, that would have been our 5 pips. Man, I'm so bad I missed that. Damn it. Would have been done and done before news. Wait, let me put that back just in case. Man, oh man, oh man. So let's see. On the 4-hour, we still have a lot of, well, above this one, we still have this inefficiency. Not a lot of overlap after this one. We got some here. So I wonder how high is it gonna go? So just watching price right now, seeing if it wants to bearish shift here now that it entered into here. Well, oops, I need to lock these. That's getting annoying. Or if it wants to continue to fill all the inefficiency. Because that's where we target inefficiencies and old highs and old lows. Reading tape. It's not looking like it wants to break lower. At least not yet. Anyways, we need to see a shift. Taking out a low. It just took out the highs, buy side liquidity into a higher time frame. But it could keep filling to fill it up. So we do not chase it. This is already like where you would have took first partials if you were buying from that turtle soup. So we're definitely not trying to buy some more. That's not right now. Not right now. Now we just watch price. Let's see if Nas and them made a higher high. Yep. So we have some confluence in the strength. The DXY did a higher high too. 15-minute. Oh, it's pulling up into this fair value gap for the bears. So if it takes out this low, then we can expect our indices to continue higher. If it pushes past this imbalance fair value gap and takes out this high, then we can expect lower prices on our indices. News comes out in 4 minutes. So hopefully that'll give us better insight. Volume imbalance. Just took out some highs. Into now we are in a premium of our higher time frame. So that's a good time to see if it wants to go down. That's where I would like to see it start going down. We got news coming out 4 minutes. So we would want to see a market structure shift. Here goes a bullish volume imbalance. So if it respects that and takes out the high, then it's not ready for the shift yet. If it respects if it respects the blue candles to push it higher, red candles for the bulls. So it looks like it wants to respect this volume imbalance to take out that high. News coming out in 3 minutes. I wonder how volatile it's going to be. Draw on liquidity at this point. We have so this went down, came up, lower. This is completely balanced. This comes down. Now we got left side. So this still has to be balanced. So it's balancing right now. So maybe the draw on liquidity is high. But my mentor said bullish, but we already went to objectives on DXY. That's why I hate when price gets there without me, man. So annoying. So it just broke again. It's not okay. If it looked like it wanted to respect this volume imbalance, it didn't take out this high. It came back down to it. Let's see if it's gonna take out this high. The next inefficiency I see, because there's not a lot of highs, all of this is trying to find one clear high. That's where the liquidity rests. So it's way up here. Will be the next one. Okay, awesome. this isn't looking, well, we still have news in 1 minute. So, and it hasn't broken this high, so that's good. Maybe it's going to target this low now. Continue back on trend. 8:30 news. Ooh. Okay, now what? That's it? That's all the gyration we gonna get? Volume imbalance. What did everybody else do? NAS 30. 30 took out a tie. DXY shot up. What's it doing on the 15-minute though? Looking like it's still respecting that. So it looks like it's trying to go down. So we should expect higher prices. Till what liquidity void though? I mean liquidity pool. Where's the next high? Right here? What's the one after that? How far is that from us? 5 pips. How far is this low from us? 7. I thought we were going to get a little bit more oomph out of the news. I should write that news down. It wasn't that intense. So just watching price. It took out this high, made a new short-term low, barely with the wick. So still kind of choppy. Looks like it's still pressing higher. Could be reaching for this buy side liquidity on the 5-minute. Four pips away. Oh, nice. Nice. Let's see. There's some volatility for you. Two pips away from the buy side liquidity. So we knew that it was possibly going to keep drawing up after it took this low, but then took this high. And then we saw that news had went down a little bit, but not that much, and quickly repriced higher, taking out another high. So we saw on the 5-minute what it could be reaching for, which was this green line here. We are now about 3 pips away. It did, though, just completed filling this 1 hour fair value gap, which is where we were in price when we first got to the charts. So it's completely filled now. We have a little volume imbalance right before that draw on liquidity. So it just retouched it. So could be going up higher now. There's a volume imbalance here. As long as it respects this, it should send price higher. Yep. Two pips away from a tip of P. There we go. About to hit TP. How many pips would it have been from the news opening? Yep, 5. From this one, 5. Ooh, TP smashed. Nice, 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 nice. TP smashed. So next draw on liquidity will be each one of these highs, high key, all the way up into this 15-minute fair value gap. We still have opening bell coming out at 9:30, which is in an hour. So that's where we're reaching towards, up here. That was nice, nice, nice. The DXY. Oh yeah, it's going down dramatically too. So this is the nice volume in price. Look at this. DXY going down, down, down. It just came to filled its 15-minute fair value gap. We still have all of this left to go. So if we fib it though, let's see. Yeah, we still got a room to go to equilibrium. So we probably still got room to go for the buys on the indices. Just took buy side liquidity from the 5-minute. So we can expect some retracement. Hopefully not too much to where it's taking out lows now. But just retracement back into this mini price run. Fair value gap. Or don't retrace at all. Just keep pushing up. That's totally fine. It's on a mission, I swear. Trying to get here. How many pips away is that? 6. So it just took a couple 5-minute highs. Super jagged. So above this one, there's like 1, 2, 3. There's like 4, 5, 6 5-minute highs before it reaches this fair value gap. Look what I mean. Look at all this. Boom, 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 boom. I'm keeping my eye on the 5-minute. Every time we take out a 5-minute liquidity, seeing if it gives a major retracement down. Still reaching towards this 15-minute inefficiency. I'm taking note of how like not smooth it is on the left side. I'm keeping an eye on that. Like, what does that mean? Because like that's just buy side, buy side, buy side. You know what I mean? So will it send a lot of volume to take all that through, or will each one of these pose concerns to get to this? So that's what I'm keeping my eye on. How much time does it spend going down versus how much time does it spend going up? Read and tape, read and tape. So we have all of this in here applicable for the retracement to send price higher. And we just took out two buy sides into this old fair value gap. So I'm also trying to see what that means. Then there's another one and another one and another one and another one. The DXY still going down. So that means we should still see higher prices. Let's look at 100. Oh my goodness. NAS is not giving any concern for anyone and is just leading the way with the buys. 30, same. Not really stalling out. Not as much as 100, but okay. I see you 500 trying to follow suit. Okay. So, reading tape. We just had a mini, I don't even know if you want to call it a retracement, consolidation, but it just took out that high that it just formed, still reaching towards this inefficiency that we called after it broke this high. The DXY still bleeding lower, so we should still be seeing higher prices. It's almost at its equilibrium though, so once it gets to its equilibrium, it has every right to like turn around if it wanted to. Hopefully we can get to our second objective. We already hit one TP. Now we're heading towards the second one. Hopefully we can get that prior to the DXY turning around. Back to this 5-minute check. It just took out 1, 2, 3, 4 buy side liquidities. Oh, y'all know that gives me anxiety because after every time it takes out a high, it has every right to go lower. But we just have to remember where the draw on liquidity is. We're presuming this box from the 15 minutes. So I hope I could just get there before it turns around and fills all this back in. We're so close though, guys. So close. Let's see how far we are. Only 3 pips away. That is it. That's it and that's all. But every time it takes out this highs, these 5-minute highs, it could retrace. And by how much? The DXY is getting super close to its fair value gap. Its equilibrium. NAS still pushing higher, kinda. 30, still pushing. Got a big bullish candle too. So, just gotta be careful that it's respecting the bullish PD arrays and continue to push higher. If it starts breaking down lower, gotta watch out because it can come down at any time. DXY, it's not slowing up just yet. It did just reach its equilibrium. So, let me see on the 1 hour. Just reached into its first see that? This fair value gap underneath equilibrium. Then we have this volume imbalance 2 under equilibrium, which is in a major discount. That'll be nice if it can get there too. Give us some more leg room to push higher on the indices. It just came into this fair value gap. Hopefully we can see this high being broken before this low gets broken. That'll be good for us to reach for this target objective, higher time frame objective. We are 2.8 pips away. I just took out this high, barely, but still. 5 minute. Price has already taken out 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 highs already. What about on the 15 minute? Ugh. Hopefully, price doesn't have to come back down here. Hopefully, we can just keep pushing higher. But we can't. It's gonna do it at once. I want to see this be a breakaway gap. Like, I don't want to see it go way back down there, because that's just gonna mess up my whole bias. I just want this one to be filled and then continue to push higher right here. Personally. The DXY on the 1 hour and 15 minute looks like it's still going down lower. It just took out its 15-minute low. So hopefully we can see price continue to push up on the indices. I don't want it to break this low. That's gonna cause all my thinking, all my bias confidence. Cause how far is this away? That's about 7 pips away. Ugh, I don't want to see it go down there. I just want to get to the second TP and then we can call it, because that'll be 2 objectives that we called this morning. This green line here. If I'm not going to take credit for filling in this 1 hour inefficiency, even though I was saying that it could possibly fill it up. I wasn't too confident in it until I saw it break this high, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, it can continue to fill it. But after it filled it completely, I called this high here from the 5 minute above the inefficiency, and then now our higher time frame objective is this one next. The DXY is bleeding. Like, look at this. I don't understand why we're not seeing that same. Look at that. Look at that. Why are we not seeing that same energy? What's NAS doing? NAS is getting lethargic. Dow's getting lethargic. Y'all, why are y'all getting lethargic when the DXY is not showing that same energy? Man, I was really hoping. Because, like, if it does reach for this, remember how I just said, if it reaches for this fair value gap underneath equilibrium, then that hopefully will give us the range to reach for this on the indices. That's enough. That's enough time if it would just show that same type of energy that the DXY is doing. If the DXY gets to there before we get there, I'm going to be disappointed. Man. And the DXY is bleeding. Like, look at that hemorrhage. Because if we get in there and it shows a dramatic, like, run higher, that's just going to send our pair lower. You know what I mean? Without getting to our higher time frame objective. There we go. Come on now. Please just go up. Trying to get in there. What's this doing? NAS, it has a long way to get to its 15-minute fair value gap. Dow doesn't even have a freaking, maybe right here. Oh, right up there. US 500 is a lot closer to its 15-minute fair value gap. Watching the tape. So we had some mild consolidation, broke higher. Hopefully this can push with some energy up into TP. How many pips are we away? About 3. The DXY is too close for comfort. Look at that. Hopefully then, if it touches it, it won't do an institutional order flow entry drill. It'll just fill it completely. So we can have more room to go up for our pair. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that volume. We're so close. Don't stop. Don't stop the movement. So now we are 2.5 away to fill it completely, 5 away. So we are so close. Let me check how many highs have we broken now though on the 5-minute. Y'all know that gives me so much anxiety because every time we take out a high, so we took out 1, 2, 3, 4. Did we take out this one? Yep. 5 highs. We still got 6, 7 to our target. We still got 2 more to our target. Don't start breaking down now. Don't do it. Hopefully then it can come all the way up and fill it in. This is the 15-minute. I'm not liking it because the DXY is looking like it's getting lethargic. It just came to its equilibrium into a little bit of a discount. NAS still pumping. Dow still pumping. Come on, 500. Do it for the time. Do it for the one time. We are getting so close, guys. We just need to see it break this high so it can continue to respect the bullish PD arrays and not respect the bearish PD arrays. Oh, wow. That was unexpected. Okay, we got super close to TP. Can we get in the box? Or can we? Okay, so we're in the box now. So that's another one. Yes, guys, yes. We did that. We called that. Whew. That was nice. That was really nice. We called that. That was 3. Okay, that was about 2.5. 2.5. That was 2.5 calls that I'm glad you guys got to see with me live. For a recap. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Okay, I'm trying to calm down because trading, you have to keep your emotions under check. I'm proud. I'm humbled. And it shows good reinforcement. That's all I can say. Man, I'm trying not to get geeked. I'm trying to like remain calm. Like you don't hear like Michael get excited. He's like, man, this is like boring to him because he does this all the time. Like it repeats. Me, I'm not there yet. So like every time I see this, it's like all praises, right? So so when we got on the charts today at 8 o'clock, which was right here. Okay, right here. Right here at 8 o'clock. What had happened? So, if you remember from last week, we were right here. This is the new week opening gap. After it had already, took out a major daily sell side, it started to break higher into this liquidity void. Over on Friday, it did not completely fill in the liquidity void. So when I woke up all through London, it was like it hit all of my targets. I was so upset because I wanted to be a part of that. So it hit it here, here. Then it got to my 1 hour. That was my last objective for the buys because it was like at equilibrium. So once we got to here, that's when we got on the charts. And then I saw that it was consolidating, going sideways. So I was like, okay, maybe we're accumulating to go back lower, follow trend, right? And so when I saw this displacement, breaking this low here, leaving this fair value gap, I was like, okay, that's the entry then. But we still had all of this inefficiency on the 1 hour to eat up, right? And you guys know I'm all about eating inefficiencies. Like, I love it. I love it. It's just like low resistance in my head. Okay, so back down to the 1 minute. And so we knew that that wasn't the case for the bears after it got into this. Even when it came consequential encroachment and went down, it didn't take out this low. So that was like the first flag, right? Like, maybe we're off sides, but we're not going to be convinced yet until, because we still have room to go to fill it in completely. So price came back up here, it broke that high. That was second flag. Like, then it came up and filled it completely and didn't give us no energy down. So that was like the third flag. And then it broke this high. That's when I was like, you know what? And then we had these relatively equal highs up there. And I'm like, that's probably where it's targeting. And it could be wanting to fill in this entire 1 hour inefficiency. And so I put this blue box on there. And I was like, that's the premium of it. And once it got in there, news had just came out. Didn't give us that much of it just came right down into this volume imbalance and went right back up. And that's when I was like, yeah, we're probably targeting this, which is a 5-minute high on top of the 1 hour fair value gap. And then it reached there and pushed through it, taking out all these highs along the way. And then in that meantime, after it reached this TP, I said, okay, where else could it be like reaching for then? And that's when I came to the 15-minute and I found this fair value gap. And that's when I put the target there. And I was like, okay, we're reaching towards that. With this being a breakaway gap, I did not want to see it come back down there, especially after we broke higher on this one. So I was like, okay, I don't want to see it come back down there before hitting this target objective. So it was relatively smooth. We had a bit of consolidation, broke higher dramatically, consolidated, broke higher dramatically into target. And now that we reached target, y'all know me, my 5 pips done. Like, I got in on this red candle here. So I was able to collect 6.15. Why did I enter there? Because I started to see this back and forthness. And I honestly did not want to see this fair value gap taken. Especially after we made this low here and shot back up. I knew I was feeling more confident that my entry here was safe. Yeah. And now that we have like two fair value gaps on top of each other, when this started to consolidate, I was like, yo, don't come down here. Like, I wanted to see this be a breakaway gap, like, because we already have this fair value gap that we could respect to continue it higher. And I kept saying, like, y'all, we're so close. They're like, why not go to there? So price reached my target objective. That's 2.5. I called. We can check on you NAS. NAS didn't reach its 15-minute fair value gap yet. Neither has Dow, but theirs was a lot further away. The DXY still pushing lower. It hasn't reached the 1 hour fair value gap underneath equilibrium just yet. So maybe it has more room to go up. I'm good. I am good. I am good. Honestly, though, I wish I would have, like, so I could have had more profits. This initial sell here, if I would have went with my second mine, because my first mine was like stop loss here. My second mine was stop loss here. But I was like, no, it has more room to go into this volume imbalance. It could still push lower, disregarding the fact that these are relatively equal highs. 3991, 3991. Yep, 0.3. This one is 0.3. That's not even relatively equal. Those are equal. That was my bad. I was so obsessed to see lower prices after it took out majority of my TPs. But I'm glad I was still able to get a part of it. I was able to win that back with just minuscule profits. I took a full L, 5.85, and then I backdoored it with this buy for 6.15. So, dub nonetheless. Dub nonetheless. I'm glad I didn't walk away with an L. And then, if I would have trusted the bias earlier that it broke after it broke these highs here, came down into this fair value gap, boy, oh boy, that could have been another entry. Just imagine. Y'all know me, I still would have closed after 5 pips. But it went for like 16, TP1, TP2. This was the setup right there. Ooh. After it broke this high right here with the fair value gap. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So we can see it clearly. Look at that. That is beautiful. Dang. So that's what happens like when you're like stuck on a bias. You can miss the setups for the actual move. Oh, look at that. That came from the news. No way. So after we broke this high, left this fair value gap, a couple really, and on the 5 minutes, as soon as that news came, it tapped right into it. Institutional order flow entry drill. Cent price running. And running. But that's why Michael says, like, if you know what you're reaching for, like if you know where the draw on liquidity is, you can find a move. Even if you, because the move really started from this turtle soup buy right here. We missed that, you know? Like that's why he has like hundreds of entry strategies and really only 2 targets, which is liquidity pools at old highs and old lows and inefficiencies, you know, and imbalances. And so as long as you like have a strong conviction on where that's going, and we had the DXY to back it up, you know, look at that, still bleeding. We can feel confident, like, okay, next time, because there's hundreds of entry strategies you can choose from. And so you can just choose one and still like draw towards liquidity. So like this one here is the one I chose right here. And then having confidence that this was a breakaway gap, had some mild consolidation, made this low here. The ones we missed were the turtle soup buy. It consolidated, had buy side and sell side, took the sell side, broke higher. Then we had the model 2022 entry right here. So that's 2 entries that you could have taken, even though like while you're knowing the drawn liquidity. Then we took my entry here. Then we had a couple institutional order flow entry drills here that you could have been a part of. And then it reached TP. And now, you know, we can try to find the next draw on liquidity. I don't know how much higher it's going to keep going up though, because our overall bias is bearish, because we think the DXY is going to go higher. So, and the DXY just reached its 1 hour imbalance underneath equilibrium. So it has every right to go back higher if it wanted to. And now we just left all of this behind too. Ooh, that looks so good. You know, I like to eat that. Like, so now if we look at balance, remember I was saying like this was complete. It wasn't balanced yet. It was balancing. I mentioned that right here. Now it's if we can trade lower it's going to be completely balanced. So we have a left side, a right side for this one. So that's completely balanced. Now we have a left side for this one and now a right side. So we can eat up all of this if we so choose to go lower. Let me delete this. Do some spring cleaning. This was all last week. This, though, is the new week opening gap. I love that color. Okay, so this is the last week's daily low and lower prices. I want to see it react now. The DXY looks like it can react going up, so I want to see it react now lower, taking out the sell side liquidity, so we're back on trending with Michael, how my mentor said. If it had to continue to go up, the next draw on liquidity, obviously once it filled this all in, it would be these highs, this one, then that one, back up into here, which is, where did this come from? That's an old target, which is also, I think it was a fair value gap. Nope, on the 1 hour? Oh, yep, on the 1 hour. So, but I want to see it get back on trend and go lower, since that's our overall bias. But if we can break this high here, we still have a lot of inefficiency to go. Yeah. But if it sticks to trending, we can take out this low next to this. This came from the daily order block. And we still have all of this inefficiency on the 4 hour. So I'm just content with enough. I'm happy. I was super early again. I told y'all I'm notorious for being early. So today, what did I learn? The news at 8:30 wasn't that scary. All it did was send it exactly to where it should have gone for an entry, which was right here. I took that L, trying to think. I thought this was the setup to go lower, but that was also like right as soon as I got on the charts. So that's me being not patient, which is a character flaw. I'm just grateful that I was able to read tape, get on the right side, especially after news sent it here, broke higher. I knew where it was reaching towards. Then it had this big old volatility here. I'm like, snaps. I need to find an entry. So I'm really content with how it played out. We came in, filled it, had a nice reaction. Look at these bodies. Came back up, touched the rejected, broke this low, volume imbalance behind. I don't know, y'all. Could be coming down now. Into this, into that. Yep. Look at the DXY. And I was calling on the DXY too. Look at that. Look at that. Pierced it nicely. Yep. I'm really glad you guys got to witness this. I hope you guys learned something. Did it here live. Yeah, I can stay until 9:30. See what happens. I want to see it eat all this up. Possibly even here. But I mean, we have to like call for some retracement, right? Like it's only natural. So the buy as of right now is done. You have to wait for some retracement. So it couldn't retrace all the way back down here. So rejection back up on the 15-minute. Yeah, we have all of this. So it will be here. So right now, if I was anybody, which I'm not telling anybody to do because I'm personally done trading, but like I'm liking the sales. And if you would have like been confident off of like just institutional order flow entry drill for this one, you would have already almost been at your 5 pips targeting here, this imbalance. Ooh, are those relatively equal lows too? 40018, 40018. Those are equal highs. I mean lows. Did it already touch it? What's this low? Nope, it didn't. So yeah, if anyone is selling at this point, you're targeting this low and this inefficiency, presumably even this inefficiency. You don't want to see any of the bullish PD arrays be respected, because this fair value gap could also be another entry for the buys. So you don't want to see like this volume imbalance recapitalized if you're selling. So that's what I want to see. I've been trying to sell since earlier, but I was too early, which is understandable. It's only Monday. So let's look at the daily range. Yeah, we just took out this major low, so we can have some retracement. Hopefully we don't break any highs. Like this is the last high on the daily. Before we take out this low. Y'all know me. This inefficiency right here look too yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. What if... Hold up, let me delete some of this. What if we were to fib from this high to this low? That might... Notice how it lined up perfectly inside a fair value gap with this previous low there. That's something that I'm going to monitor moving forward, because before it continues to go down, what if we have to retrace all the way back up into here? With this volume imbalance on the daily, sheesh. Gee, Wally. Oh no. We just took out sell side into this fair value gap. I'm going to put a line here. So you guys saw it here today. This is equilibrium of this parent run from the daily. So it may have to slide back up in there before we continue to go down. I'm going to just keep my eyes on that. We have the old high here. So if we break that, then yeah. For the week. Oh, and the month of February is almost over, y'all. We got a new month upon us. Yep. So let's see. Ooh, it broke those lows. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. TP hit for the sell sign. Bro, am I about to walk the price up and down? So we just walked it up. I gave y'all a little some 5 pips. Is that 5? Yep. Into this fair value gap. Took out those lows. Now we want to see, was that another entry for the buys to continue higher? Or was that just the first PD array target completed for the sells to continue lower? So quick little 5 pip sell setup from the institutional order flow entry drill on the higher time frame right here. Even though it kind of already pierced it there. So that's probably not institutional order flow entry drill. That's just re-entry. We know if this was the buy entry if this high gets broken. And the last line of defense for the sells would be this volume imbalance. If this low gets broken, that's more points for the sells. The DXY, what is NAS and them doing? Doing just the same as us. The DXY acting a little bit lethargic, like it's probably waiting for 9:30 news too. about to open the blinds, get some natural light. Such a beautiful day. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Okay, so it's touching this bullish volume imbalance. So if anybody who entered for the buys at this fair value gap, they need to see this being respected. Sells, you're liking it right now because this high hasn't been broken. So, and if this low gets broken, you're liking that even more. Yep. The DXY looks like it's trying to go higher, so that indicates lower prices for indices. We have opening bell in 15 minutes. All right. Michael, he's still sick. So sad. Hope he feels better. Okay, guys, so if we break this low, we're going to fill in all of this inefficiency, targeting this one next. If your buys, you want to see, like, this is going to be your last line of defense, and you want to see this high being broken. I'll be right back. Oh, and I record. Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay. So we see that this fair value gap is being respected. I bet the bulls are happy to see that. And we took out that high here. So that's good for the buys. I'm looking at the DXY right now. And it looks like it went back up into this fair value gap to continue lower. So that means higher prices for indices. So next draw, if it breaks this high, the next draw will be here, these relatively equal highs. Did we already look at those? 4, 0, 4, 0, 11. 4, 0, 10. So relatively equal highs. To here, to here. Ooh. Came back down. You want to see the red candles push it higher. Waiting to take out this high now. I thought this high was going to take out that one. But you can't eat it all in one. So just watching tape. We have news coming out at 9:30. So it could be waiting for that. Oh, should I put a line? Let's see. On these relatively equal highs. So much chop. I'm going to put it there. So if we fill in this completely and push higher, this is where the next draw will be. If we break this low, the next draw will be here. It's looking like this is the last line of defense for the Bulls. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you entered here, it didn't break higher. If anything, it came down, gave you re-entry, broke higher. But then now, if it breaks this low here, it's like, yo, what you really trying to do? The DXY pierced its 1 hour imbalance again. Looking like if it takes out that 15-minute low, then we can expect higher prices. Let's check out our brother-sister pairs. Oh, Dow's probably leading the way for this high. Oh, there we go. There we go. Ooh, that last line of defense, it respected it. We just need to see it break this high, give us more confidence in the buys. Dow was able to break its high. Nas, not quite. Neither did 500. DXY is about to take its 15-minute low. See that? Super close. Possibly reaching to fill all this in. So if it continues to go down, I don't know why we can't expect that same energy for the indices to go up, but they are acting reluctant, aren't they? Like, they are not on the same vibe or energy as the DXY. Okay. Respect that then. Go higher. Break higher. There we go. There we go. Just broke that high. Ooh, I know the buyers are happy. Sales, you done for. You out of there right now. Like, after it broke this high, I told y'all, like, it was a no, sir. So let's see. If people would have entered from here, had some draw down at about not even a pip. 5 pips would be like right here. But you see how like it's going up and then rejecting lower really fast. Last time that happened, if y'all remember, we learned that together. That poses for high resistance liquidity run. Opening bell. 9:30. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. What you gonna do, Price? What you gonna do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, buyers. I know you're nervous. Last line of defense. Ooh. If it break this low, come back up. Ooh. What's the DXY doing? DXY, it's still reacting off of that 1 hour fair value gap. It hasn't really moved that much, not even with opening bell. Let me show you. The DXY. See, it's still like meandering along. Then we have NAS. Oh, NAS is pumping. If it can take out that high, lead the way. Dow, same thing as US 500. So it's still reacting off of this 15-minute fair value gap. Once it breaks this low, that's the last line of defense for me, for the buys. Not for me, I'm done. I already got my W. You know how I do. I'm one and done. Now we're just watching tape. I thought I was going to get a little more oomph at 9:30 opening bell. Not as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. But again, it is Monday. We just had news at 8:30. There we go. There we go. So it just broke this low, filled in this volume imbalance, filled this in completely. So buys, like, you're out of there right now. Like, you're sick. Your stop loss about to get hit right here. And then this inefficiency, if you feel confident, like this is your last line of defense because it just completely filled it, then you will be targeting for this high to this one and this one up here. If you can't break this high, I would like second guess my entry. So if it breaks this low, out of there. Then this inefficiency will be next draw. The DXY still hasn't moved. Let's look at our parent, our sister, brother, sister pairs. Dow broke its low. I mean, that's NAS, made a low. And then Dow made a low. So looking like it's going to go down. Looking like it's going to go down. But it's not as dramatic SP 500, US 500. So we just filled this fair value gap completely. If you're confident, it'll reach here to here to here. If it respects this right here, it's targeting there. NAS took out its low, swept the liquidity, still hasn't broken its high. DXY is not even close to breaking its high. It took out its low, came back in. Okay. And you guys know the first 30 minutes after opening bell, it's like a lot of jumbo. So you do have to wait. Then we have a macro that comes in at 10 till like 11 something. And then lunch. Oh, look, the DXY looks like, here, let's look at it together. DXY looks like it still wants to go down. As long as, if it can break these lows, which are those relatively equal lows? Let's see. What's the low on this candle? 104.812. What's this one? 184.812. Those are equal lows. If it breaks those lows, then we can expect US 500 to go up. But if it doesn't respect this right here and breaks that high, then US 500 going down. And it's going down. So buyers, y'all stop loss just got tagged. Sorry. We are reaching for this inefficiency now. It kind of just got into it. This volume imbalance right here. So we just displaced lower. Preferably, if it's truly bearish again, it should reject off of here to continue lower. We don't want to see any highs being taken if it's truly bearish. Because, yeah. What is everybody else doing? Ooh, Nez. Chop, chop, chop. DXY looks like it just made a low, broke another low. Okay. All right, guys, we're rejecting off of this. We need to see how it's going to close. 15 seconds. If we can get into here, that'll be second TP for the sell side. You know, I walked it up, trying to walk it down now. You know how that go. Super excited. I'm definitely not participating in this sell. I was already able to catch the buys up into this, but I'm definitely not surprised now that we reached this. We're gonna like eat all this up. So anybody who missed that, I already said like we have all this inefficiency that could be like on the menu. Yeah. How low is it gonna go? I don't know. I don't know if it's reached its what is it called? Not epitome. It's pinnacle for the highs yet. We do know our overall bias is bearish based off the DXY. And the DXY has just reached its fair value gap underneath equilibrium. So we're really trying to see if the DXY will like turn around and continue to go up. Michael had mentioned we already reached consequential encroachment of this wick. Next one is this high and this volume imbalance. So that's why he says he's bullish on DXY. So we just have to see now, is it going to respect this fair value gap underneath equilibrium, which is typically nice to see. Like we would have targeted that. And now we just have to wait to see, is it going to show us a shift in market structure higher to continue to reach higher? Then we can expect lower prices in US 500 for sure. At least we have, okay, so let's see. Back to tape. Oh, snaps. Let me see. This volume imbalance, it entered, sent it higher. Did we take out any highs? No. Not quite. So if we take out this low before taking out this high, we would reach to target and fill in all this. This green line was the previous 5-minute high. That was our first TP for the buys. So, yeah. Then for the 15-minute, if we fib this run from this morning, just to try to find equilibrium, it is at that green line a little bit. So if we're selling, then that would be like unload, you know, close everything. Because we don't know if it's going to continue to take out, you know, Friday's low. Like, I don't know if that's like being overzealous for a Monday. That might be asking too much, you know, but that's just the next line that it will go to. Not the line, that's just like next strong liquidity. It's still breaking lower, so I like to see that rejection. Fill this in at least to 50%, which was this green line. So yeah, walking it up and down. I love it. I love it. See, I would have loved it more if this candle here would have taken that low. I would have loved it a little bit more. The DXY is acting lethargic. We have 5 minutes left in this 15-minute. I'm trying to see if it's going to continue to go higher for the DXY. Therefore, we can continue to trust lower prices. Boom, into this inefficiency. So far, when we sold, well, I didn't sell. I don't, for real. After got into this 15-minute fair value gap, broke lower, came down, came up, sent it up higher, and then continued to break lower again. We've been targeting this inefficiency, which basically, it just got to it. That green line right there. That's like, where was that? That was a little bit above where the equilibrium was for this price run higher. If we can fill that in completely, this this inefficiency right here, that will be, I would say, offload like your profits. Like if it was me and I was in this trade, I probably would have closed first TP right here, or have closed everything right there. Definitely. Because we never know, right? Like that could always be somebody's buy setup. You know what I mean? People are waiting for this to get there to buy it. That's why I always target those areas personally. And hopefully you have enough to take partials. See, look at it now. It's giving a major bullish reaction to this volume imbalance, though. So that's a PD array for the bears if it can respect it to take out this low. But if it breaks it and takes out this high, like I said, you don't want to see highs being broken if you're bearish. Boom, that's nice. Nice rejection. Let's see. It just entered back into this previous fair value gap, broke through it, came back up into it. If it breaks this high, we would want to see it touch it to reject it going up. The DXY looks like it's finding, let's see. The DXY looks like this green candle is pushing it down, you know, because if you're bearish, you want to see bullish candles yield as like resistance to send it lower. And then when you're bullish, you want to see it lend as support. So, yeah, maybe it wants to fill all this in as opposed to just being like an institutional order flow entry drill. Maybe it wants to go all the way down, fill it in. If that's the case, then we are going up on US 500. These are relatively equal lows. We already clocked those. But does US 500 really want to go up though? Because why hasn't it broke a high yet? We need a market structure shift. Let's see, higher time frame. It just reached down into this. Okay. 5 minute. Look at that. Displacement lower. After taking all this buy side from the pre-market, look how many highs we had already taken. This was the buy we caught earlier. We took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 highs already. We said next draw would be here if it continues to go up. Since it broke down, it could just be breaking down into this fair value gap on the 5 minute after breaking this high, which was also equilibrium. Ooh, the DXY looking like it chose a side. It just took out a low, took out those equal lows that we mentioned. That's beautiful for higher prices. I'm surprised it's not showing more oomph. I thought it would have all the way up then. US 500, 30 looking like it wants to take its high, 5 minute high. NAS isn't. Look like it's failing. It's 2 inside of its fair value gap, so it could just be trying to consolidate, find some support. I keep trying to make the case for it for the buy side, but it is not respecting anything that I would want to see if I was bullish. Like this choppiness is just disgusting. And it's respecting the lower end of this previous fair value gap. Like if it broke higher and broke that low, like I said, I wanted to see it reject off the top of this to take it higher to this high. Like I need to see this high being broken. And I'm so surprised because the DXY is not going up. But obviously, US 500 is not trying to go up. Like you want to see the opposite. Like if the DXY is going down, you want to see US 500 going up. And the DXY just broke its 5 minute low. But US 500 did not. It's continuing down to fill in this. So that's the second one. So we called this one, filled that in completely. That was the first TP. We offloaded everything here. That's another one. That's another one. That's why it's so like great, like how Michael says, like, you know, bread and butter setups, because just this far on, like, it's been almost 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we caught so many 5 pip moves. Like, it's crazy. The run up, and now we're walking it down lower. If you guys recall, I said, like, this is going to be delicious to eat in after we reject it off of this and, like, come back down. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely. That's the type of stuff I want to see. Now, the fact that we've reached equilibrium, if you guys remember when I pulled out this fib, we just pierced equilibrium. That's why I said if you guys were in the sell, you would want to, like, either close everything or for sure take partials, because now we're back at fair value. So it can continue to go down towards this sell side liquidity or flip around. And it's looking like it wants to eat this. I love it. These are the type of moves I like. Like, I hate when we were buying up in all this. It's like, so, it gives me so much anxiety because, like, it can turn around at any one of these highs after it takes it. But then these type of sells, or not sells, these type of, like, targets when it's so smooth. Remember how I was saying, like, that's low resistance liquidity run because it's just so smooth, you know? I just want to eat all that. Yum, 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 yum. And then remember how I said, like, to be buyers, like, wait until it gets down here? I'm so glad this is being recorded because we about to see. So, like, this is the move that we're working on. We just reached equilibrium. This is the previous fair value gap that it broke through. If you want to, like, buy there to take it higher. But you have to remember our overall bias is bearish. So it's kind of hard to be buying in that trending nature, but we're not quite trending yet. We have to see some retracement from Friday's low being taken. So, like, even though we may have, like, a overall bias because we're intraday traders, we can still, like today, like, we caught a buy and was profitable, you know, even though overall, like, by the end of the week or so, we want to see lower prices. And then if you guys remember, or if you guys are just now tuning in, we were like, if we hypothetically take this parent run from that low to that high, this is equilibrium that it can possibly come up to before taking out this low, because we did just take a daily low on Friday. So just got to keep watching price. As of right now, we've reached equilibrium on that sell move. That's why you got to get in, get out. Or you could have just waited if you wanted to buy again. So let's see. Now that we reached the TP for sales, let's see if it wants to go up now. We need to see a high being broken. We still haven't seen any highs. So as of right now, it's just not looking good yet for the buys. Especially this candle here, it just came back to this previous fair value gap, rejected. If it takes out this low, man, I hope no one is buying, because this is where it's coming. Next draw on liquidity. Those look like equal lows. What's Nas and them doing? Taking out lows. Ain't taking out no highs. 30. Ugh. 30 took out a few lows too, though. So everybody seems like they targeting lows. So we haven't seen any highs being broken just yet. Look at this. Next draw, 39965. And then we would have completely filled in this fair value gap, which is yummy, 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 yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. Ooh. I thought that was going to be the candle that did it. That broke the low. Okay. The DXY. I don't know. The DXY acting like it wants to go up, which means lower prices for us. But it still hasn't broken any highs either. Like, it's still, looking like it was breaking down to fill in this fair value gap. But if this breaks down, then we should see higher prices in indices. So I don't know if it's just trying to like accumulate orders, consolidate before expansion, because it really hasn't done much. And what it has done is looking like it wants to break lower. So I'm actually surprised that we're not seeing higher prices in the indices. Oh, here we go. Is that going to break some highs? Let me see. Because it is just, if we're going to see lower prices in DXY, we should see higher prices in indices. Okay, so we did just break a high, guys. It's a little baby one, a little baby shift, but that's all you need sometimes. Maybe this could be it for you guys, the buyers. Maybe this is the one to send it higher, to get back in line with the DXY. I don't know. The DXY, I don't know. It could just be accumulating orders. Let's see. See that? See how we were just looking at it? So it just made this low at 104,779. We need to see if that's going to get broken, or is this high going to get broken? What's the 1 hour looking like? Higher time frame says could be an institutional order flow entry drill. It might not have to fill this all in, and that probably explains why the lower prices or keep breaking lower on the indices. That would explain that. That's only if it's not going to fill this inefficiency in completely. I need to see like a break somewhere. I need to see a short-term high being broken or a short-term low being broken. So it broke this, came down. That would have been nice for this high. Then this one, if it starts to break up. What's the 3 minute talking about? 5 minute. That's looking nice. After reaching equilibrium into this fair value gap, that's pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's do that one more time. Because it probably got there like exactly. Equilibrium, yep. Pierced it a little bit. A little bit. And so now we're walking it back up after we reached our sell side objective. Now we're back on the buy side objectives. It just took this high, which was good. That's when we noticed the shift in market structure. Like I said, even though it's a baby break, that's all that you need sometimes. And then almost 5 pips. So it just broke this high again, fair value gap. Reaching for this high, to this high. The DXY is still not giving, any like stance. What are our sister pairs doing? They haven't even broken a high either. There goes a fair value gap. Maybe that can send it higher if it wants to go high. Oh, look at Dow. Look at Dow. I guess it lead the way then. Okay, so the macro should be kicking in soon. It's almost 10 o'clock. We broke above this previous fair value gap with the fair value. This previous fair value gap stretched out in time, and then this current fair value gap that it just created. Double oomph to send it higher. We have a macro coming out soon. Look at that. Since 9:30 all the way to 10. It's been a lot of messy. There we go. breaking higher. Just took out this high. Ooh, or equal highs. 4004.5, 4004.5. The DXY looking like it's breaking lower, so we should see higher prices. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be signing off here soon. This is where we're thinking, right? Next draw on liquidity here for the buys. Sell side, we were done after we reached equilibrium on this price run. Or was it this one? Yeah, this one. I have to look. Yeah, on this one. From here to here, we got down to equilibrium. So that was we were done with the sells. Then we went back to the buys, targeting this high here. So, and it's looking pretty good. It broke through all of this. We need to take this high next. Then after this one, then this one, then TP. So hopefully we can get there. I'm going to try to wait to the macro, see if we can see some high prices or high volatility, or reach our TP, whichever one happens first. I think today was a pretty good live. Pretty good live. The DXY is breaking lower. It's official, guys. It is official. Look at that. So now that we know, well, it just got the consequential encroachment, but it probably has a high chance of filling it completely. So that'll push us towards our higher time frame objective. This is looking beautiful, guys. Walked it up, walked it down, walking it back up now. My, oh my. That tape read, boy. Our confirmation was first right here when I said it just broke that high. That was our shift in market structure. So I said it was a baby shift, but that's all that you need sometimes. And look at that reaction. So anybody who was a buyer here, you probably have 5 pips by now. Yep, more than. And it just reached our 1 TP, 2 TP, 3 TP. Will it go to the ultimate TP? Let's see it. That was nice. That was nice, guys. Off of watching it reach equilibrium. Ooh-wee! Girl getting cold. Alrighty. Hopefully it'll happen in the next 2 minutes before I have to log off. But I'm happy that we were able to catch so many moves today, so many target TPs. We were able to read price efficiently. It's just been a really great morning, great Monday morning, good way to start the week. The trade that, I also actually took today ended up being a W, so that's exciting. And then afterwards, I was able to efficiently read the tape, where after it reached this higher time frame, we walked it down to equilibrium. Then we walked it back up after we got confirmation with this short-term shift here. And then we reached 1 TP, 2 TP, it just broke 3rd TP, ultimate TP up here. That's been called. The DXY also broke lower, so that's very good to see. We just filled it in completely. We just filled in this fair value gap completely. The DXY has yet to fill in its completely. What's NASDAQ doing? Still far from its 15-minute. But it's breaking higher though, so that's good. Confluence. No SMT divergence. The DXY looks like it already broke past consequential encroachment. So let's see. Oh, the body respected it. Let me see. Ooh, why the body respect it like that? So if it's going to continue to fill this inefficiency incompletely, it should break down this low right here past consequential encroachment. Consequential encroachment is important though too, because it could always send it back up. So that's why with indices, we were very grateful to take partials as we went along, just in case. Now that it filled it completely, we want to see, can it reach to ultimate TP, which is right here, or if that's all it needed and the DXY starts to go up, then we'll see lower prices on indices. But already 1 TP, 2 TP, 3 TP, partial TP, I should say, PTP, partial TPs. And then ultimate TP right here. Let's see what this purple line came from. Oh, that was our last week equal highs, relatively equal highs that it went through. Okay, so let's see. Now that we reached and filled it completely, we have to make sure no lows are getting broken if we're trying to hold for ultimate TP. And we want to see the bullish PD arrays being respected, i.e. this fair value gaps right here. So it got to its consequential encroachment, previous high, the bottom of this fair value gap. We want to see this high being broken next to indicate that we will reach towards this one without any lows being broken. That's important. I like the volume. We got a macro coming in between 10 o'clock or 10:10. Soon. DXY looks like it rejected and hasn't found any support yet. So it may be wanting to fill in that entire fair value gap. Hasn't made any bullish candles yet. So we can expect higher prices from the indices. Yes, sir. Push higher. There we go. That's what you want to see. That looks beautiful. Now we're on the way again. Oh yeah. How many targets that's been fulfilled has that been so far? I'm going to say like 5. 5. I caught 5 today. Yeah. First buy, called it up here. No. Right here, this green line. I didn't call this. I hypothesized. I was like, okay, it could possibly fill in this whole, inefficiency. But I didn't call it. Once I saw it breaking up higher, I was like, okay, this is where it's going to be. So that's 1, then 2, then 3, 4. Now I switch sides after we reached. Oh my goodness. TP hit. Ultimate TP. Ultimate TP. There we go. Another one. Let's count them. So this is like a half. This was like, I'm not even going to consider it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even going to consider it. So we got 1 TP when it broke through here. 2 TP when it broke through there. Switch to the sell side. That's 3 TPs. And then I said it's going to get to the equilibrium. That's 4. Broke up there. I'm not going to call that because that was like partials. I wanted to ultimate TP. That's 5. That's 5. Anyone who was here that watched it live, I'm so happy we were able to have this learning experience together. We were able to be productive. We walked it up, walked the retracement down, walked it back up. I love it. I love it. And even from last week when I said I love it when we have these big beefy candles, because what does that do? It's just delicious. It's like on the menu for next time. So I love it when it makes those moves. And as of right now, like, we're completely balanced from this side to that side, to this side, to that side, to this side, to that side. We just did it both on this side too now. So, boom, shakalaka. Alrighty. So I think that's all, guys. Here goes some big beefy candles that might be on the menu too. Like I said, this is the daily equilibrium from that price swing. So it could be reaching up to there before we continue to go lower. It's just looking scrumdiddlyumptious, man. Scrumdiddlyumptious. I'm so happy. So if anybody who saw the live on Friday, I was looking forward to see this getting eaten. My grammar. And then we were able to see it come down here to equilibrium after this run up higher. And it just, continued to break up beautifully into ultimate TP. I'm glad that we were able to tune in together to see that. The DXY has some more room to go to fill in its inefficiency on the 15-minute. So the indices still have room to go higher. Next TP is the old, equilibrium, this purple line here into this green box there. So yeah, man, that was great. I already did the recap. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy on how well all of this is going. Yeah, so anybody who missed it, this will be on YouTube coming soon. Tune in. I will be going live every day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. unless, my mentor, he goes live because I'm a student myself. So I got to tune in. But if he's, chilling on it, then I'm going to be here. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, all of that. I'm everywhere. Trader Girl. Trader_, no. I don't even know my @ That's crazy. Let me see. Trader_girl 1112. See, I knew I was right. Sometimes you just gotta trust yourself. I had a feeling. Okay. Yeah. So stay tuned. It will be on YouTube shortly. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. And with that said, good luck and happy trading. Trader Girl out.